Yo, 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 welcome to the Cold Hard Facts Podcast, episode 345. I am DNA, the only one, the one and only, of course, back again once again. Of course, I got Kuda Bugger, he's here.
In full effect.
Yeah, man, we here. And of course, I got a very special guest, Mr. Thurman is back for a second week in a row.
Yeah.
Hey, we about to fire them other two niggas.
Nah, for real, but nah, we playing, but at the same time we serious. Like, also low key shit. Like, I know the audience is probably gonna think that's what it is, bro. We about to fire y'all niggas because y'all ain't been here in a month. Nah, but all seriousness, I appreciate. Like I said, I said it on the. I don't know if it was recorded when I said it, but Mr. Thurman is family now. He's family. You feel me? I love his music taste. I love him. So he's like an honorary guest host. You feel me? Like he's an honorary co-host. You feel me? So yeah, man, it's nothing, bro. But we're never gonna have. We're not gonna have five. We're not gonna ever have 5 mics on this platform. Like, no more than 4 mics at a time. Like, but
it'd be hard to get a word in with 5.
Yeah, for sure. Because everybody probably gonna make a conflicting point with the other, and then you gotta argue your point and this and that.
Yeah.
I ain't got time for that, all that, dog. But yeah, like I said, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. I wanted to first talk about this little event I went to last night. It was like a ladies' night type thing with all female or women artists in this in Chicago. So yeah, it was at the VU, I think, rooftop bar lounge, I think it's called. I don't remember exactly what it's called. All I remember is they all smoked it. Every single artist, they smoked it. I love the live band smoked it. Like every element around that everything was good. All the singer songwriters, they were all good. I do want to name the artist that was there. SOS. She was like a host. She's a singer songwriter also. Starlet, and Chanel True, and Yana Renee, and Naomi G. If y'all didn't know, Naomi G has already been on this platform twice. I want to say she was one of the first people that I interviewed. That's one of the main reasons why I bought the ticket to go to the show is for Naomi G, because that is my baby. I love her. She's she's the future. She's the future. Like she's multi-talented. She can sing, songwrite, and also rap. Yeah, so I love everything she got going on. I can't wait for new music from her. I already heard a song, and if you missed it, you missed it. Oh well. That's like, oh well. Like it was that good.
Shout out to the artists that perform with live bands, because I know how hard memorizing all your lyrics is. Like that shit is extremely hard. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You can't mess up one line when you live, especially with a band. And ain't no backtrack. That's extremely hard. That's dedication. So I appreciate all artists that's able to do that.
For sure. Yeah, so we're gonna dip away from the music aspect just a second. We're still gonna talk music, people. I just wanna pivot and see if these guys are familiar with this little thing that happened this week with LeBron James.
And Stephen A.
Yeah. You said you're not familiar, Mr.
Yeah. It depends. I mean, I felt like we're always getting updates. So
Okay, so recently, LeBron, he did this interview, right?
right.
And he was on Pat McAfee's show instead of Stephen A's show.
Okay.
But see, like he's basically saying Stephen A is on this Taylor Swift run with this type of this type of moves that he doing because he can't wait for me to mention him, and oh my god, he's talking about it every day pretty much. And I'm just like, I get where LeBron is coming from. He also debunked this theory, which I kind of knew, of LeBron basically signing to Nike is because Jordan signed to Nike, and that wasn't the case. He basically had to think about everything regarding like what he's wearing, and he wears a lot of Nike. So, and he didn't want to stray away from that. But I forgot who he said threw the bag at him though. That's the one key point. I think it was like 10. One of the big ones said 10 million.
Probably Adidas.
Yeah, probably Adidas. It probably was Adidas like that said like 10 million.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Nike gave him like 78 million though, didn't?
No, it was 90.
90, okay. Even more.
So yeah, I wasn't sure if something new had happened. But yeah, I kind of saw that. I didn't watch the Pat McAfee thing, but I need to because apparently people would think like, yeah, this might actually be LeBron's last year because he is not caring at all, just spraying the block. But yeah, I mean, of course, Stephen A. is going to continue to talk about it. One, that's his job, and two, how often do you get a storyline that you're involved in? You know, especially if it's a beef, even if it's a fake beef. Like I could stretch that for 2 weeks, and then I could revisit it for at least 2 days every single year. And you know that, and you've been in this league for God knows how long. Like you basically gave me an all access pass to create my own headlines whenever. You know what I mean? So it's like he's on a media run, but it's like this is my thing, right? Because I don't want to, I'm too much of a small fry to go like picking sides in a war. You know what I mean? But where I'm coming from is I like LeBron. I wish LeBron would tell people to shove it more often. Honestly, like I wish he would just be like big bad Bron, like I did that, and you're gonna have to deal with it. You know what I mean? Because we all know that's how you really operate. One, and you have the power to do so. And we want, because you're the face of the league, we want you to tell these people, give them what for. I'm not gonna, name specific situations, but just a general trend. Like LeBron, we will support you if you crash out on anybody, an establishment, a company. We're literally itching to be like, yeah, and back you up. So I never really understood why he tries to be so careful, because it's like, bro, we just need a minute. We just need a little bit of motion, and we got you. Like, we'll toe the line, just don't back down. And then with Stephen A, I really like Stephen A because this is what Stephen A tries to do. And this is, with the whole son thing, this was kind of related, but, I do understand the misunderstanding. But what Stephen A tries to do is basically, especially speak to Black people about corporate America without having to, dumb it down Barney style. He basically tries to tell you guys, like, look, I understand you feel like you should be able to do what you want, but that's not the real world. You can't do whatever you want just because you got money. Like, I'm a millionaire, but I don't own the network. So I'm still beholden to people. And then even the owners of the network, like, how often do you hear billionaires step out and say anything? Elon has been doing that, and look he's paying that price, right? So the owners of the network don't say anything. But you want me to get up here and make excuses for anything anybody does, not hold anybody accountable ever, not give no type of correction, not do anything, right? But I'm the coon, because I'm trying to tell y'all, if you conduct yourself this way, people will start plotting against you so they can take your money away, take your opportunities away. And he's been kind of like circling back and be like, look what happened with the collective bargaining. Y'all want to sit out? I didn't say, verbatim this is going to happen on the airways because I can't reveal that I know this, but I'm trying to give you a hint like, guys, stop doing this. They're going to take your, you're going to lose a piece of the TV deal, whatever. So all of this to say, I hate that they're clashing like this because it's like, you know, he is the media. Like, he's the face of a network. And that was my other point. He always gives those guys opportunities. So as much as people have criticism, he's on their podcast because that's his MO. Like, when you look at Ryan Clark has some choice words, right? I'm sure Cam Newton has said something. I can't really think of it, but we all know that Ryan Clark thing happened. Jalen Rose, I think he was up there, and Jalen Rose probably was talking spicy at some point. And he puts that ego aside so often to help you guys circle back and groom the next guy, to be on the forefront. Shannon Sharp, right? And Shannon Sharp didn't have beef or anything, but he went out of his way to be like, you know what, Shannon's a star, and I could let him fall. And my show probably doesn't need it, but like, why should I even let him go through that hardship? Why don't you come on over here, do a little, I guess you would call it a rebuild, you know what I mean? And you're looking at it, First Take is a black show.
Yeah.
Sure.
If we're being honest, I mean, like, there's plenty of white people on there, and like, I don't know, the races, some people are more ambiguous, but what's the problem? So with that situation, I do understand, okay, whatever, he's doing a media tour, but again, that's his brand, that's how he gives back to the industry.
Yeah, LeBron, he plays in that like half heel. Well, not really. He's not really a heel to me. Like, he's not really a bad guy to me.
Yeah,
he does heel things though. He does heel things.
That's true.
So
he's a tweener.
Right, yeah.
A tweener.
Right, pretty much.
Yeah.
You wrestling fans, y'all would get that.
Yeah.
But on to the music though. A lot of music dropped. I don't know if everybody listened to everything. But let's start with the Fresh Prince, man. Will Smith, he put out his first album in 20 years.
Bro,
Which
I
is
was playing that in the truck last night, and I didn't have to say anything. My wife was like, "This is pretty bad."
Time out. But yeah, first album in 20 years. It's like I want to say I don't want us to give it that I could have gave it a good analogy of his own, and I don't want to go with that because I feel like our elder statesman doesn't have to prove anything to us anymore. Of course, the 15-year plus guys are at this certain point of life where they're trying to prove that they still got it, but it's really not necessary at this point.
Right.
Because I feel like he has a good enough catalog where we know where your hits and misses are. And you're the first rapper to get a Grammy. So it's like that hunger is probably still there and the love is for it still there, but it was because he literally had to talk to Jay-Z and Kendrick before he decided what to rap about. Like, if it
really?
takes you that, he said it in an interview.
Oh, okay.
He was on Shade 45 and said that. And I'm like, he's such a big star now at this point that we okay with features. Like, it's pretty much like how the Hove thing is. Not completely like the Hove thing, because Hove is at the point where some of us kind of want an album from him, but not all of us. It's like I'll say a 75-25 split, maybe.
Yeah.
Like the 75 want the album and the 25 is cool with features from Hove. With Will, though, it's like a 1% that want an album and 99% that don't need an album. So since we got this album, my review will be like 6 out of 10 for me. I only say 6 out of 10 because I'm being super generous, and it is a few songs on here that I actually like the Jaden one with him, Jaden Smith and Russ. I really like that one. It's another one that he's with Jordan Lucas. It's like anytime Jordan Lucas is featured, which is very, very rare, Jordan Lucas want to rap for real. So I was like, yes, we'll rap for real. Like, that was a shock and a surprise for me. I was like, okay, I like this. I want to run it back a few times. So, yeah, man. All in all, like I said, he's going to always be the Fresh Prince. It's like one of those things where, like I said before, like, we really don't need an album from you, sir. Like, thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah, you gotta appreciate him taking the time out to even put this together. And Beautiful Scars with Big Sean, that was cold too.
For sure. I ain't kept for the hook though. That's why I had to like.
Yeah, it was, it's a solid 6. Like, my response to it, like, was he said this was pretty bad. I'm like, yeah, but he's still like, it's still top tier rhyming. Like, he's still good at putting bars together. It's good rapping, but I get what you're saying. Like, it's like maybe 2 generations late.
Right.
So sure. and you could suffer from being so rich that people can't really relate to what you're saying. So
yeah, for sure. So, Darvin, what you think?
Yeah, I really don't want to comment on that. All I say is, Will Smith was very important to our ethnic image, and I'm glad that he's continuing to explore his creative outlets as an A-list celebrity, and as a father. And, I wish that brother the best.
I got you. I got you. We're gonna definitely bring it home with this because I feel like it's certain artists now. I talked to Kuda Buggin about this a little while ago. Like, it's getting to a point where the real raps are back now. Like, the real rappers, everybody else tucking their tail. Like, and like it's not a higher volume of the bullshit, aka fast food music, aka
half
like
versus automatopoeias.
Yeah, like basically
crazy.
Yeah,
devil worshiping.
Right. So I'm gonna get to the singles first before I get to this next album. Because there was a lot of singles that dropped. So DJ Premere, Method Man and Redman had a DJ Premere remix to Lalala. It was cool, like it was what it was supposed to be, I like I said, these elder statesmen don't have to do anything. I didn't listen to Muddy Waters 2, by the way. I don't know if Kuda Buggin did. Did you?
Absolutely.
Oh. We'll get to that later then. Hold on. This new YG song came out 2004. So I did not know that he went on somebody's stream. I can't remember the streamer. But he went on somebody's stream to promote this. I'm like, I hate this new approach to a rollout. I hate that approach to a rollout now. Because Kai already put it, it's already been done. And since Kai did it already, it's like you gotta present some new, fresh, other rappers that's on the come up on your stream now. Because YG is an elder statesman now. Like, he's, 10 years maybe?
Yeah, a little longer than that.
Yeah, so
10 years since we've been knowing him.
Right. So I'm like, at this point and YG is not a terrible rapper or anything. It's just like he's got a certain taste. He's West Coast artist. He's a West Coast hit maker to me, at least, you know. So with this one, it was like super NSFW, like super NSFW, not safe for work. If you didn't know, like it's like, dog, you didn't need to do this. This is like not even a single to me. It's like not in that single direction. It's literally in the direction of album mixtape cut that tries to be a single, but it's too graphic for radio. So, yeah, bro, like it's like nah, but it was cool. It was cool. I'm not trying to completely shit on it because it is a good song. And like he's doing that vulnerable type move, you feel me? So I'm interested in what the hell the album is gonna be like if you're gonna go with this as your first single.
Right.
Rico Nasty dropped 2 songs or 1 song, I don't exactly know. On the low, she's Rico Nasty. I mean, you know. Rock influence, and I like both of the songs that came out, so that she put out. So like, I'm not against it. I'm just album time. It's album time, so you know you got to do something.
Where's Martin? I know he heard
it. Yeah, man. Ari Lennox, Soft Girl Era, that's out. I'm glad that she's back with. I'm glad she's back with Jermaine Dupri. Stay with Jermaine Dupri and Brian Michael Cox. That's your formula, baby. That's working for you.
Yeah.
I think. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I think she's really refreshing. With the whole I feel like this was a summer thing you would want to play like in front of your family, to an extent, like definitely in front of like young girls. I'm saving it all for you, like blah 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 blah. Like, yeah, this is good. This is a great step in the right direction, back in the right direction. Because we do just collectively, we have not really been making love songs to each other anymore. And I'm not saying this is one specifically, but this is definitely a bit of a warm up towards there, you know. So I'm with it.
Yeah, for sure. Cozz dropped 2 new songs. Cozz from Dreamville. It's called God. One of them is called 50%, and the other one is God's Design. They was both solid. Cozz, it seems, I don't know for sure, but it seems like to me, like when Dreamville is like pushing their artists, it's like they give only a little bit of marketing to certain artists, or Cozz been away from us for so long. It's like he's not pushed in the right. He's not a lot of money is not put behind his push, which is like basically, yes, I knew this came out, of course, because I'm a fan of most of the Dreamville artists, but I feel like Cozz didn't get the the push like how YG supposedly tried to get pushed with going on somebody's stream and talking about his music. He should have got that type of push, I feel like, with these 2 songs. But the direction, the 2 songs, it was the way it was going, it was like really introspective, and seems like the real rap is back, like I said, and nobody's really pushing the real rap like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You know, they want us to keep killing each other.
Oh man. Coco Jones put out You. That was solid. I'm ready for the album, honestly. Time with Domani. That was good. T.I. Son, if you didn't know. That was really good. He did slow down with the music, and I realized that he just welcomed a child in life. So congratulations.
Oh, congratulations.
to him, and that's what it was. That's what it was focused towards the song. So yeah, because he slowed down, bro. I don't know if anybody noticed Domani slowed down. Because he was putting out songs like a lot, like he was like consistent. He was damn near looking like almost not exactly like Currency, but almost like Currency. Because the way he was like EP driven. Domani was like EP driven, like he put out a couple songs and here one song, then add that to the EP type shit. So, yeah, but that strategy works. So, Kuda Buggy, you never told me about Muddy Waters 2. I don't even remember you mentioning it ever. You got to talk about that, bro.
Oh man, it's just like the first one. If you ever heard the first one, you definitely love this one. I'm gonna try and find the track list real quick.
See, that's a difficult thing about singles though. Like, I mean, sequels. Like, if it's the first one was amazing, then you gotta pretty much recapture that.
Yeah, this
and
was.
If you didn't,
oh my bad.
Yeah, if you didn't, then yeah.
Yeah, this was still good. It's 32 songs, but it's a few skits though, so it's still good. It's still good. He even got a record with all the New Jersey rappers besides except Joe Budden, of course. But
right.
Is Joe Budden
you know,
no, Joe Budden don't rap no more. I thought you do
no,
that.
not no more.
I don't know.
Yeah,
he retired.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got whenever you could get Queen Latifah to spit a 16, you know what I'm saying? That's some connection.
Oh yeah, for sure. She's a movie star now. Please do not put out an album, Queen Latifah. We love you though.
Yeah, this was good. You know, I know y'all know about Lalala.
For sure.
Yeah, this whole thing, like you just got to listen to it. Even though it's 32 songs, you should still like just listen to it from start to finish, because how he you know how he organized the records. Like you definitely want to listen to it in order.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got you. What you
rate? Yeah, this is solid. It's a solid 8.
Nice. So those type of projects, like if you give it an 8, then you going back to that for sure. So I can appreciate the fact that you actually went out your way and went on ahead and listened to that, because 32 songs is scary for me. Sorry. That's scary.
Yeah, he rapping like he still got it. The old guy still got it, man.
Okay.
So moving on to this Lil Durk. Did everybody here listen to it first?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So let me just start out to go ahead and say, this album should not have came out. I'm gonna tell y'all why. This is exactly why. And I was so like, bro, when I first heard that this was coming out, I was honestly thinking like, why? What's the purpose? What's the purpose of this coming out? Because this is like, because honestly, your steam has went completely dwindled. Nobody's really talking about music for me at this point. Everybody's trying to think about hoping and praying that you get free, and that's what you should be doing. Right. Also. And the biggest elephant in the room is you can't, I want to say you get past at least 2 tracks where after 2 tracks, things are not blanked out. I had to look and check. I was making sure I was listening to the explicit version like 4 times. At least 4 times.
Yeah.
But you see, like, this type of rap is starting to become extinct almost. It's mainly because nobody's really getting known for like doing this type of rap. Like, drill is slowly dying. Like, I don't know any drill rappers that's like making good music, great music. Everybody, all the drill rappers are making tolerable music outside of Chief Keef. Like, so I mean, at this point, I don't mean to diss the drill community, because like at 2012, 2011, that's all we was listening to for the most part.
Yeah.
If you was from Chicago, you was listening to Sosa, you was listening to G Herbo, you was listening to King Louis, you was listening to SD, you was listening to Fredo, you was listening to Reese. Like, you was listening. So Young Pappy, Lil Mister, like,
forgot about
the
that.
list goes on and on and on, dog. Of all these great rappers that were drill rappers.
Right.
And still are, is being known. But 90% of the drill rappers that I've named are either is deceased, or they still doing music, and they just have their core and they cool with that.
Yeah.
They're cool with it. And I love it. You're supposed to be at that point in your life right now.
Yeah.
So, going back to Durk. Going back to Durk, though.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah,
I
going
was
back to
gonna
Durk.
say, I would only counter that to say drill is very much alive in the UK, not the UK, England. I don't know why I keep, but finish the Dirk point first though, and then I'll get back to it.
To Dirk's point, though, like, bro, like, you're like, I get why you did it. You did it for the streets. Cool. At the same time, bro, you're all of your, if you think about it, all of, like, you even talked about in one interview that, like, your main focus ain't really music anyway. Like, you got money in other businesses that matter more than the music right now.
Right.
And you've given us enough music now that we can appreciate the fact that we didn't really need this album right now. Because this is not an album to me, this is a mixtape. Only because of the fact that this is probably the only material you have outside of maybe features that will come after. It's like the only way to keep your name relevant right now is to basically, you would have to have a bunch of features out there, like how Thug did while he was locked up. And many others before that, when they was locked up, they knew to keep features floating out there. Gucci had full length mixtapes dropping while he was locked up, so whole different animal. But yeah, Durk, like, we can appreciate the fact that what you did already. Is pretty much, like, we love what you gave us already before this, because this was like not good to me. I honestly feel like maybe Durk should go ahead and like get with an A&R at this point. Because if you want to still speak to the streets and stay relevant and not get caught up in cases, you need to be like Jeezy now. Like, I keep throwing Jeezy right there because he's still most popular with the streets, and still like staying in the mix with everything.
Right.
Like, as far as hood music goes, trap music, and so on and so forth. But now let me go ahead and talk about the album, because I didn't talk about the album yet.
Okay.
Yeah, like I don't know, like maybe like 4 songs, 5 songs, because Opportunist is like probably the best song on here. Opportunist is probably the best song on the whole project. Because the features didn't do nothing for me. The Janae record, I know that's, everybody they all love that one. Notebook was cool, so I'm gonna have to get us another one of these 6s out here. 6 for me, because like, just like I'm over it at this point, bro. Like I'm good. I'm good on that. Like I'm just good on Durk now. Like, I'm good.
I'm a go last on my opinion because I'm not holding back.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, I mean, I never really quite got into the like melodic drill thing, like the sound of like the emotional stuff. I will say with Herbo, it's a little different because he does do the PTSD thing, but he still keeps it like just rapping. Like I just want to hear you rap. Like I just want to hear you just come with it. So, but Dirk kind of always had that style though. I will say though that I am proud to see him have risen as high as he has, no matter how this whole, case situation, because I remember it and I'm not gonna spell it out, you know, you know, that that much. But we all remember the public perception of the individual drill artists back in like 2012, 2013, 2014. And I would say back at that time, Dirk was not necessarily in the upper level of that. But through the perseverance and the focus, he like rose and he stayed here. He's one of the only people who stayed here. And really just tried to take it as far as he could. Unfortunately, he's in the situation he's in, so you know, Lord have mercy. But you know, uh, as far as the music, I think for people who like that sound, I think it was great for them. And I think it was almost like a time capsule because even the future feature, which I went to first, um, they kind of like did the same thing. And I'm not really a fan of that delivery, but I can understand like remembering when that sound kind of came about. You know, I can understand that people could definitely like that.
He only gave his opinion on one song. I got you though. I
No,
got you.
I listen to Lil Baby joint. I listen to most of it. But yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I never been the biggest Dirk fan, so audience, you don't have to take any of what I'm saying serious. Well, look, this was pretty depressing. This was sad. Like it's not. It's called deep thoughts, but I didn't really have deep thoughts about this. Like this was just sad. Like you had a future feature. Nobody wants to hear sad future. Uh, I don't want to hear future. I don't want to hear future sad. Like that's just 1,000 times with Lil Baby. Like I said with Lil Baby, he sounds unexpired, and Dirk sounded just as unexpired. So like I didn't even know when they switched mics. I didn't even know which was which. They both sounded alike. They can't hide it with Janae Aiko. Y'all keep convincing yourselves that that's good. You know, deep
I got you.
depression, absolutely. That's it's deep depression. You know, Opportunist wasn't good either. This is a solid one. This is terrible, man.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, man.
He had. I know y'all said he need to get an A&R, You know, man, his right hand man died. Rest in peace, Devon. You know, man.
And his brother. Rest in peace
You
to him
know,
too.
that man, he could have, you know, that's the man that was gonna take over for him. But
You can definitely see that.
circumstances, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. This was pretty uninspiring, you know. And I'm not really a Durk fan, like I said, but I've heard his past projects, and the rapping was much better than what this gave us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
So
got you.
this was pretty uninspiring.
Yeah, man. I got you.
I mean, this is a solid one.
Yeah.
All the Durk fans out there, I know y'all go convince yourselves that this is just the greatest shit y'all ever heard. I give up on even arguing with you. You got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, I got you. It's like I said, it's at that point where now, bro, like
It
the
drill.
the the drill music is like low key extinct. Like
Yeah, just
it's
let Sosa do it. You know what I'm
like
Sosa
yeah,
and Herbo.
yeah,
saying?
Turbo, yeah,
Yeah.
pretty
King
much,
Louis when he decided to show up, you know?
yeah. Like for real, like sometimes it's like really cool to just shut the fuck up, dog. And
Yeah, and
we don't even blame you for shutting the fuck up, dog. Like
you know, and I know all the drill rappers, y'all really out there doing that shit. Y'all really out there shooting each other and doing all the drugs you can in the world. You know, fucking everybody's bitch. I get it. Like so, rap is now changing. So like y'all can start lying again. You don't have to tell your truth. Shit.
oh, oh my God. That's,
yeah, bro. I
I mean,
just
yeah, that's true. Bro, I was actually just explaining this to someone the other day, but I was like, somewhere around, I want to say like 2014 was the rise of the like, I don't want to say the faker, but it was like the college educated or at the very least far from criminal rapper that's like they had this very specific voice. It was almost becoming a little cookie cutter, but it was like nobody is really in the streets like that no more. Like by that time, especially when you had all these like 19-year-olds and stuff doing it, it was like I mean, bro, if I'm doing mixtapes at 16, by the time I'm 19, I can do shows like even if I was doing that, I'm not in the streets no more. I'm good, you know. So we transitioned to that. So it's kind of like the drill era was at the peak at that same time. So that's kind of crazy to think about. But like, yeah, guys, yeah, just lie. I mean, honestly, like just like
I
please.
mean,
Just like I wanna see we just have too much that we're like fighting against for people to be getting jammed up. Like I think the rebellion now is like buying land and doing whatever you're doing, building businesses, going to school if you have a real good, a solid like goal for what you're gonna do with the degree. We are kind of like in that territory now. And this is people expect drill from us, right? So in order to, be a trendsetter, you want to kind of like not do that no more. And people get a lot of backlash for saying that, but if we're being honest, all the street guys that came up during that time are telling you not to do that. So it's kind of ironic because like you'll have some guy, he's a job, he's a professional, whatever, trying to tell the kids like, whether it's stay in school or do a trade or whatever, and be like, oh, he lame, like he don't know what he's talking about. It was just like Jeezy's telling you that, Herbo's telling you that, Keith through his actions is telling you that. Pretty much everybody, Jay Z, whoever it is, they're like, yeah, I mean, I did this. So, of course, I'm going to go in my Rolodex or, my memories and perform that. But I'm by no way advertising that this is a good option for you.
you
You're
know,
not me. And I'm not promising you can do what I did. By the grace of God, I made it. But, start line. I love that. I love that.
you know. You know, like I told you, sell drugs. No, Hove did that, so hopefully you wouldn't have to go through that.
Right. But people just don't want to listen. You know what it's like? It's almost like, you know how you'll get some girl, right? And I'm sure a lot of guys have had this. I've had this more times than I like to admit. But you'll be friends with some girl, and she just ain't no good, and that's why you friends with her, and she probably fine. But it's one of those girls that like you can't even be tempted because you know her so well, and you know she's just such a bad person. And next man comes over, they're like, "Oh, put me on with so and so." I'm like, "Bro, oh, girl is a demon. Like, I promise you, she'll ruin your life. I'll do it, but it's like it's not a big." And then the first thing out their mouth is, "Oh, but they not me though. She did this to those guys, but they not me." It's like, no, bro. It's just a way of operating, bro. Anybody gonna get got like that. It's not like, I don't know what you think. Like, you reinventing the wheel or something like that. So people have the same thing with the street thing. It's like, bro, all these, whether all these teams, the FBI, bro, they're on you, bro. It's over with, bro. It's done. It's done. The era's done.
And then it's like, and I really thought, like, if you think about, like, I don't even think that version, well, it was drill, but see, Polo G was different. Polo G, when he started coming up, like, he was talking about everything that G Herbo and them and everything was talking about. But his actions never followed that. His brother is locked up, I think, right now. Polo G, and he still like be toting a gun around. Like, dog, why? Like, why? What's the purpose of that, bro? Like, you're not in the hood no more, dog. You in Beverly Hills somewhere, dog. In your fucking big ass mansion, dog. What is the purpose? Higher security. Like, and bro, like, I just get, and it's like Kuda Bugger said, these niggas is uninspired, dog. Like, for
Yeah.
real, for real. Like, these
Yeah.
niggas is really uninspired because his trajectory, it was so much different in the beginning. Like, he had a #1 album at one point. Like, and then after, I want to say, I don't know exactly when, but it was in the early 20. We still in the early 2020. We're in the mid 2020, but like
Yeah.
2021, 2022, something like that, where Polo G just really stopped giving a fuck and shit. Like, and everything else followed. Like, if you think about it, like his last project wasn't even good. Like, I don't get it. Like, because his first two projects was good. I want to say, I think the first one was Die Legend, and then the second one, The GOAT. So like after them two, it was like a roller coaster down. Like, he went straight down, like nosedive, as far as quality and what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't get that. I didn't get that at all. It had to be, the stuff he was going through still, like he's still going through some things, and everybody's, like I said, everybody's punching in. So, and not really, rapping for real and writing down everything when you're supposed to be writing right now.
Yeah, the
Like,
punching in thing is kind of interesting because I'm like, okay, I think people were trying to say like it was more efficient and this, that, but I'm like, wait, but you have to keep starting and stopping and keep starting and stopping. And even when it's written, I would say probably a song takes about an hour to record if you came moderately prepared. So you came with nothing prepared, so that's probably taking you the same amount of time, to be honest.
Mhm.
Oh,
Probably longer.
yeah,
yeah. I mean, I can understand like ad libs. Yeah, you punch in for ad libs, like that's cool. You just kind of vibe. But yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. If somebody can give me like a different argument, I'm definitely open to it. But I'm not really seeing like the value of that unless you
yeah,
have that specific style, like a V's or a Future or something like that.
yeah. And the crazy thing is, like, we gotta talk about this underlining point because And the whole episode is centered around this. It's like, okay, so everybody every rapper, I think Wayne really fucked these kids up. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, because we had in studio performances where no pad, no pen, Wayne just going in there rap. So, and in the process, he literally was, rapping. And then they played it from there, played it from the top sometimes, played it, didn't play it. Everything wasn't recorded. But I'm sure he edited it down at certain points where, okay, I looked and see he went over to the engineer and seeing how much he had and went back and kept going. You feel me? So literally it's a freestyle, dog. Like, he's freestyling to all these records, especially during the No Ceilings mixtape.
Yeah.
So that's why we all loved Wayne. And a lot of these Wayne kids came after Wayne. You feel me? So that's why I think most of us need to appreciate Wayne a little more. Most of us do, but it's like a small percentage of us that does not appreciate Wayne because of his style of rapping and also his recording process, because his recording process has been passed on to so many other rappers that everybody's punching in.
Yeah.
So since everybody's punching in, it's made to seem like you know what the fuck you're doing, but you really don't.
Right.
So
I forgot about Wayne.
Wayne, I give Wayne credit when the credit is due. At least he tries to. I feel like in the beginning when he was punching in, this was like early Wayne. So let's just say 06 to like 09. Let's just take that time frame.
Right.
If you came down to features, he was like determined to beat whoever was on the track with him.
Right.
And also he would sometimes stay on subject. Stop sometimes. I think one of the best Wayne verses was Hollywood Divorce, because nobody expected that from Wayne.
Right.
So it was like, wow. Like, nobody think that he could even get that introspective and talk about his life.
Right.
So that came about, and then it was also other great verses. I just pointed to that direct one because, that's one of my favorite Wayne verses. So basically, I wanted to talk about another underlining point, because I remember I did this poll a long time ago on the Cold Hard Facts podcast Facebook page, that I basically asked which Wayne is better, album Wayne or mixtape Wayne, and overwhelmingly mixtape Wayne beat out album Wayne, which I completely agree with. So we're gonna play our little game. This, that, and why.
Okay.
Just on two rappers. It's of course Wayne. So Wayne or Kendrick?
I'm glad you said that, because I was just about to say I wish they would have beefed. I wanted to see that so bad, just so I can have that competition, that side to side. You know what I mean? Now, are you asking me as a spot in history? Are you asking me quality of music? Are you asking me skill of rap?
In totality. I'm asking it to totality.
All right, so people are gonna be mad at me, especially people my age. I got Kendrick, hands down. Not that he will like outclass Wayne or anything like that, but I'll always remember, as much as I'm a Drake fan, Good Kid, Mad City. I remember listening to it. I've listened to it so many times, front to back. That was my first album I ever got sick of. And I just remember thinking, this is the greatest rap album I've ever heard in my life. this is a new level, and I had already heard Section 80. And Section 80 was really good, but this is also like during a really competitive time. So, between that, him winning the Pulitzer, man, yeah, I'm gonna say Kendrick because I'll say rap wise, if we stay strictly rap, greatest talent we've ever seen.
Cool.
I gotta go with Wayne.
Oh damn!
But
Why?
I get his Kendrick point. Like if you're going off albums and content and actually saying something, you go with Kendrick. But just if we just going off straight like lyrics and just bars and just rapping, I'm gonna go with Wayne.
Right, that's why I
And
was trying to qualify it. Like,
yeah, and it's just more personal because we grew up on Wayne.
For sure. For sure. We did.
Our
We
first,
definitely
I
did.
mean, one of our first ever. Wait, what'd he say? Rewind that back. One of the first memories of ever doing that is
yeah,
Wayne.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
he came
remember
a
doing
long way
that.
from Fireman and Go DJ.
It's for real. I remember replaying. I pop up in the middle of the hot block, make the drop top play hopscotch on the mode. I remember
Yeah.
replaying that line over and over. Like, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you say? I mean, even like years after that, Carter 3 year, he said, "It's a slim chance I fall, olive oil," whatever that whole bar was. I don't remember it verbatim, but I was just like, "Yeah, bro, this is mad."
What?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Like I still get like I recently said this, I want to say it was a week or 2 weeks ago, where that Nas feature on I think it's Icons. I think it's called Icon. On his Magic 3 album. Like Wayne shouldn't have been on that. That was just disrespectful. Like the bars on that was just disrespectful. He carried one syllable in the whole verse. Like he does that, and that's not the first time he's done that. So like, if you think about how Wayne, and I'm not saying Wayne by the way, I felt okay. I'm gonna say Kendrick, of course, but I'm gonna tell y'all also. I'm gonna go back to Wayne and say Wayne is at that point where, in his career, just in his career, where he can't he can't do anything else. He can't do anything else new. We pretty much heard it all before with Wayne. Like we can. I said this last week too. Like everything has been done in music. It's just like all about how technical and like, because he on a mixtape he was like, what was that famous bar, getting one of the famous bars on that No Ceilings mixtape, that DOA verse. He said getting swallowed by the Maybach instead of in. He changed the in, swallow in the Maybach to buy the Maybach. And in real time, he corrected that because they're like, oh shit. Like he wanted people to, oh shit, that like, think he wanted, he took himself out of being Wayne and took himself into being a listener. So when he got to that point, yeah, I don't think he's out of that still, but it's at the point where like, bro, we kind of want to hear about just you, Wayne. How you feeling, Wayne? What you doing on a day-to-day, Wayne? We at that point now in his career because he does have moments where he does that in certain songs. Sometimes, and it's very rare now. But he does not have a whole album dedicated to that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, going back to how I said I'm picking Kendrick over Wayne. And the reason, and this goes back to, I asked somebody at work about this too. Like somebody asked me, you think Kendrick is better than Wayne? I'm like, yeah, as far as concept albums, it's not even close. Like, like I said, like the only miss in Kendrick's catalog is Untitled Unmastered. I get that was like not to be looked at as a real album. It was jam sessions, but that honestly could have been put out as a free mixtape for all of us to enjoy. And it
that
wasn't that. No, that was a compilation project that it was like certain songs he had that was left over from like To Pimp a Butterfly era and the Good Kid, Mad City era. It was a bunch of different years that he had. It was bad. It was all jam session shit, bro. Like, honestly, yeah. So that's why I was like, that don't get in his catalog as flawless as I can say it is. That's like the only misstep.
Yeah. But even then, you still got your gems that why you want to see a good man with a broken heart. Once upon a time, I used to go to church and talk to God. That was my bro. I was in Puerto Rico when I first heard that. I was like, all right, yeah, I love this.
Yeah, man. So that's why I'm like, yeah, bro. Like, it's kind of hard to like. It's sort of like that. We're sort of in that same era where I know it doesn't seem like it, but the 50 versus Kanye West thing, we sort of in that same era, like where the gangster rap is not appreciated anymore, but 50 was spitting, of course, but Kanye, what he was doing is like redefining the genre at that time, like taking it to where it could be global.
Yeah.
Basically. So at that time. And it pretty much is global. It was just like we need it like basically stepping back a little bit and not being so much into your world. This is what I see in my world. Y'all can't come basically talking about more about your past and not about how you feeling going through this.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that we're in the same era, dog. We in that exact same era right now.
Yeah.
And yes, Kanye West beat out 50, but at the same time, it's like that genre of music is still appreciated. And it's just certain points in time where it's cool to listen to that.
I forgot while we were on the topic of real rap, Rhymester just dropped some I think it was Dirty Rhymes too. And I got this single, I'm gonna send it to you. But Arsenio Moss is pretty decent, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay.
If you just want to hear like I wouldn't say it's like a New York style, but you know, just on the topic of like if you just want to hear somebody rap, like bro, just rap. Just show me what you can do. Just with the pen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all, I mean, Kuda, I put this in the group chat. I don't know if you looked at it yet, but they like how did he get Pie and how did Cole be on Pie? That song Pie on Might Delete Later.
Oh, I ain't listened to it yet.
You ready to look at it? Okay. So they like basically had a interview this week with Curtis King. I don't know if you familiar, Mr. Thurman, with Curtis King. Okay, so Curtis King is like this content creator that preaches do it yourself, DIY. So basically he does everything himself.
Okay.
First he started out as like basically like he wasn't doing what he was doing now. I forgot exactly how he started off, but what he's doing now is he's interviewing some of his best friends and working with them on stream, and like he's doing a lot of different things in music that is really, really great. And he's reacting to everything as far as mainstream media music too. So Long story short, though, he interviewed Daylight, and they talk about they come up. It was a 2.5 hour long video, so I don't expect anybody to watch that. Let me be the nerd and watch that for you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was just trying to figure out if he's gonna talk about Cole or not, because it's I'm not sure, bro. The way Cole works is so different. It's so Aquarius like. I hate the Aquarius sometimes because y'all don't tell us shit.
Yeah.
Like serious, like they don't tell us shit until it's time to drop. And I don't even know if he's dropping or not. So that kind of frustrates me a little. Not a lot, but it's like a 5% like annoyance. But long story short, though, he talked about how the song Pie came together on Might Delete Later. So it's basically Daylight, Ab-Soul, and J. Cole. J. Cole got the last verse, and it's basically almost 3 minutes long. But yeah, like the Ab-Soul, he got Ab-Soul on it. Once he said he was only looking for an intro Kid Capri type thing in the beginning from Cole. He literally sent the MP3 just like that and asked him to do that. And he basically ghosted him. He didn't say anything for 3 straight weeks. And then at 6 a.m, Cole sent them back the song, and he had a verse on it. And mid-verse, Daylight stopped it and called Cole, "Tell me this is not what I think it is." And then Cole told him, "Hang up, call me back after you're done listening to it." So he was in the bed half asleep, basically, when he was listening to the song. And literally said he kicked his kids off the bed and all that shit. He got to go listen to this on the big speaker, da-da-da-da-da. You know, it's up. We going platinum. We going platinum with this. Because it was Daylight's song. But it ended up being Cole's song.
Right.
But he really had to get talked off the ledge like, no, this is my song. He really got to, because like Top and, Punch had to talk to him from TDE and tell him like, this really gonna move for real on Cole's album, bro. You got to just think about it first.
Yeah.
So it just made me think about, damn, I got to listen to this Cole verse again. Like, it got me back excited how Cole, the tech, like, I didn't know. That's like Eminem's Lupe Fiasco type bars he was doing. He was a surgical with his shit on that verse. Like, it like got me in love with that verse because it's not talked about enough, I feel like. That was real technical hip hop work, bro. Are you hearing what this man, like, it's not even really he's literally doing Wayne, doing a J. Cole version of Wayne. Like, because that's how Wayne was. Bro. Like, that's literally how, like, it's like, really, it's subject matter, though. It's like a lot of subject matter in the verse. Like, he's not really, like, it don't have a really real concept, but he's, like, really surgical with that shit, bro. Like, he was really surgical. He don't get that surgical at all, Cole. Like, he pretty much, like, you can understand what is plain as day. It's like a Happy Meal. There you go. Got your chicken nuggets and fries. 4 chicken nuggets and fries and the drink, and with a little toy in the side in there, bro. It's literally easy. He don't never give us like filet mignon until we get the album, dog. Like, so yeah.
Do you think they made any of that on the fly, like you were saying before? Just put tracks together, quickly.
No, he literally had. That's another thing. Daylight had beat block. He literally couldn't come up with anything. He was in the studio for almost 2 days.
Beat
So
block.
You said what?
Beat block? Is that like writer's block? Okay.
It's sort of like that, yeah. I've had that before too.
Oh, like you can't pick up on the rhythm and like write. Okay.
Yeah. Basically, he could not make anything. Like, he didn't have any idea as far as sound goes. Like, when a producer gets beat block, it's crazy to be a producer and rapper and get beat block.
Yeah.
But basically, it's like let's just. I mean, I'm gonna paint the picture in my for my head. Like let's say I made like 3 beats back to back, and
Okay.
I've done it in an hour, and then I'm like, damn, I can't think of anything else. Like, so I'm playing all these different songs and samples and stuff, and I'm like, I'm not liking the direction after I get, because I go melody first, then drums. So if I'm going melody and I don't like how the drums fit, I'm trying like 8 different drum types.
You saying
And
you make
then
beats, or that's what he was saying?
yeah, no, I'm explaining. I do make beats. I am a
All right, cool.
producer.
We gotta talk after this.
Okay, cool. But yeah, like it's basically because I start, like I said, I start with melody first, and then I'm putting drums. So if I'm using like so many different drum patterns and it don't match up to the melody for me, then I'm off it. I go away and I get off of it. But see, he was doing all of that in the studio, and he brought all his equipment with him. He was about to go leave, and it was raining, and he got all his equipment with him. And he said, "Fuck that." Went back into the studio and made the beat for Pie. So that's how the actual beat came. And because he was searching on YouTube, just samples, and he clicked the first one. So yeah, that's
You know,
how it
I
worked.
asked you about that because I think Playboy Mac does that, right? That's what you were saying, that he like makes the songs on the spot.
Yeah, I never watched the Black Max stream. I
I mean,
just know that he does it.
but yeah, I just know he did that, and he just recently did that with somebody that I had to bring up before this was over because he just made a song with Sexy. I don't know if he made that on
I
stream,
saw that he did. I didn't listen to it.
but listen. I'm not gonna really speak on that song, but I would say Sexy Red. Sexy Red is gonna be one of the most prolific rappers in the next like 5 years. Sexy Red has captured that nostalgia and also that like what she's done. She's taken that like 3-6, and that like when you used to hear Joel Santana or like other people when they have like the girls playing hopscotch, or it would be like a children's voice before the beat comes on. That early 2000s Joel Santana 3-6, she captured that nostalgia in the sound like lightning in a bottle, and she's giving it back to you. LeChat, that's what I'm thinking of too. LeChat. So all of that encompassed, plus like a not necessarily like a Lil Kim, but maybe like a Flair and Nicki. Like I think Nicki did the same thing, but she did that more with like bars. Like Nicki is one of those people that's like that's one of the best rappers we've seen. Period. Not just the women, but Sexy specifically with her style. I think she fused that. So she fused the whole like I don't know if I could say sex symbol, but like she fused the whole like siren plus MC um plus like just gritty sound and just all put that together, and that's why I think people love her so much. And that's why I'm always listening to her album when it comes out. I'm not gonna lie, I love that. I love all the ones she did with Drake. I love the and Sexy We Trust. I love that, man.
For the sake of the podcast, sometimes I go ahead and listen. You feel me? Like not all the time, but I do it a select amount of times. It depends on like the Tay Keith. She did the Tay Keith joint. I
Yeah,
think the whole project was produced by Tay Keith. Like
yeah,
I like Tay Keith, so I'm gonna check that out. Like
yeah.
so, yeah,
It was
it's
straight, bro.
select.
You my every
Also,
that was my jam last summer, bro.
one last thing I wanted to talk about before we get off of here. Nav. So he put out a project. I only listen to the first 2 songs. And I listened to the Metro Boomin song too. And I figured out what my problem is with Nav. Now, he does not belong on slow production.
Yeah,
And he does a lot of the production himself. So that's an issue for me. So he definitely needs an A&R. Like if you ask me, because of like it's the one with Don Toliver. Of course, I'm gonna like that because I love Don Toliver. That one was good. It was like, okay, let me also. It's the tempo of the slowness. Like if the BPM is on that trap level where it's like 65 to 70, like I don't know. It's like I'm in the middle with it. It depends. Like I need to see the exact BPM when I like if it's on that slower, smooth, like almost R&B, it's an absolute no for me with Nav. Like no way. Like you should not be doing this, dude. It just doesn't work for you in my ears. Like I gotta completely cut it off at that point. But he is a good performer because I've seen him perform live. I was basically forced into it. Not really, but forced into it. I went to go see Schoolboy Q one time, and Nav was the opener. So I did see him perform, and he's a solid performer. So I'm not mad at that. And yeah, like fast production, he's good on. Like that mid tempo to not lower tier, he's good on also. But that very slow tier, like almost R&B sounding tier, no way. He should not be on that. So
Yeah,
I might give it another listen. I don't know.
I definitely know what you mean, especially like with the dark beats when it's slow. Also, it's just kind of like I don't know. I think we should stick to the party records, but it sounded like 2018. You know, it definitely took me back. But yeah, I mean, it was a project, man. It was a project. I did like the Don Toliver record for sure. But now I was just like, you know, just give me a feature every now and then. I'm good for a while. I'm not Brown, so as you know, I can't really rock as hard for that. But you know, shout out to them, the Desi community.
Yeah, man, for sure, for sure. Yeah. So closing things. Kuda Bucket, if you got anything you want to say, let me know. Just say, hey, I got something before we close. So last thing I want to talk about. Well, I want to just make an announcement. 7-year anniversary coming up this next month. Our online store will be officially live on May 2nd. So make sure y'all paying attention. Make sure y'all paying attention to the IG, Instagram. You feel me? Some people will get shirts for free. Not everybody. You feel me? You gotta it's a select few that will get a token of my appreciation for free. Also, like I said, like the video, you feel me? Comment, you feel me? If you feeling the episodes, if you like it more Thurman, we will bring you more Thurman. But right now, I'm sure y'all saying, "Where's Martin Madness? Where's Silk Johnson? Where are they at?"
They on probation.
I get that, and I get that. Honestly, I do, but I can't. You know, we're all grown men here, and y'all gotta respect the fact that things come up. And
man.
And I'm appreciative that they at least let me know a thing came up. You feel me? So I'm a pretty good host / CEO and founder of this Cold Hard Facts podcast. I'm not so much that I want to. 5% of me does want to flip the table and it's like, what the fuck is going on? 5% of me does want to do that, but that 95% is like, all right, it's cool. You feel me? So I can be level headed when I want to be. Yeah. But yeah, that's our show. Like I said, you know, like, comment, subscribe. We is out.
All right.